This is ludicrous. This is the value that they have stripped from these scans, and so you're charging me 3.5 times as much to play these things now, and you've stripped 90% of the value out of them. Launch the game, for the love of God. Launch the game. You don't have clans yet? What are you waiting for? Launch the freaking game and let people play it. People will play your game. They will allow you to launch the game and play it, and then bring in clans in January if you have to. People will understand, and they will used to playing the game and enjoy the game. You don't have to have the enemy of progress is perfection. If you're going to try and perfect this game before you get it out, then you're just wasting all of our times. Launch the freaking game. Get it out there and let's play it and fix these events. Make them reasonable. Make them reasonable and somewhat consistent. Don't go from 33,000 studs for 100 crystals to 4,000 studs for 100 crystals overnight. And don't take just stop. Just stop the madness. This is crazy. So the Holocron Hall costs $350. And by all reports already, there is a chance to get a legendary in the third or fourth scan. A chance. So, before we move forward at all, let's show the Holocron Hall event from 3 weeks ago, right now, where the entry was 100. Is that right? Can you see it? It needs to... Yeah, where the entry fee was 100. That's just 3 weeks ago. And you got automatic legendary in 3 and automatic legendary in 4. So 3 weeks ago, you paid 100 to enter and you got 2 guaranteed legendaries. Today, you're paying 350 to enter, and you have a small chance to get a legendary. Nooch has heard of 3 people opening all the scans so far, and 1 person got a legendary. So this is a drastic reduction in value of these scans. What we're also going to do is we've got those screenshots of those scans. We're going to pull them up side by side as we're going. We're going to look at them and compare them to the scans we get today in this event, so we can look at what's going on. But let's talk a little bit more before we go any further. Let's talk a little bit more. Let's look at, and this is happening in every event. This is not isolated to this event. We saw a 500 crystal entry for Geonosis battle with 1 Phasma card at the end, and you're excluding free-to-play players. You're excluding new players. You're telling them you can't play in events. If you don't have at least 1,000 crystals saved, you cannot play in these events because you might have to reboot and replay and reboot and replay. Event entries should be free or cheap, and you should charge for the reboot. If I fail and I get 3 losses, charge me for that. Don't charge me big to enter the event. Or what you can do is go free, let me play through it once, make a second tier, make that one cost something, then I go into the second tier and I pay something, but I get real rewards out of it. You can't do this stuff, and you can't go from the drastic 100 crystals for 2 guaranteed legendaries to 350 crystals for you got about a 10% chance at a legendary, maybe less. You can't do that to the people playing the game. And honestly, the people playing in the beta right now are the most loyal people. We've all downloaded the game and played it. We've been playing it for a year, waiting for launch. We hopefully launches soon. It seems like it, but you're making us feel real bad about the game, and that's not the way you want to launch a game. So let's look at something here real quick. This is the stud event from November 1st. It's 18 days ago. That's 2.5 weeks. So this is the stud event from 18 days ago. It was $100 100 crystal entry fee, $100 crystal entry fee, and you got 33,000 studs. I'm not going to add it all up. I think it's 33,500, but 33,000 studs. 100 entry fee, 33,000 studs, 2.5 weeks ago. 2 days ago, this is the stud event. 100 entry fee, 4,000 studs. Now here's the thing. Nooch is not saying that 100 crystals for 4,000 studs is not a bargain of sorts. I think it's 1,000 for 100 in the shop. But I might have to reboot and replay this. And just 2.5 weeks ago, you were giving away 33,000 for that same price. Where is the balance? I mean, it's like the developers or the marketing department or something is bipolar. I mean, and I am not insulting bipolar people. I'm saying you go from one extreme to the other overnight. You go from 100 crystals for 33,000 studs to 100 crystals for 4,000 studs. Is this how you're going to launch the game? We all believe global launch is coming soon. We really do. But if you're going to launch the game globally while you're making your entire player base, your beta testing base that's been playing, some people have been playing this game for 11 to 12, or excuse me, 12 to 14 months. Nooch is talking to Balaran tonight. Nooch is saying, hey, I think it's coming in December, the launch. And Balaran said, don't get me started. He's got PTSD from last December. So what we're going to do, okay. Okay, there's the rant. There's the rant. All right. Yeah, okay, no invasion. Buddha's right. We used to get the invasion event, which has, so the invasion event would have base rewards, like, you know, kind of like a weekly holocron scan. You'd get a couple of those and a couple silver, something like that. We'd get it 4 or 5 days a week. Now it's valued as one of these regular events. It's once a week, if that. And you're still getting those base weekly holocron. I mean, and now, by the way, those base weekly holocrons are in this event for 350 crystals. We're paying 350 crystals for what might be 4 base value weekly holocron scans. And by the way, if Nooch loses 3 times, he's going to pay another 100 to reboot it. And we're doing it all today just so we can show it to you and you can see what's going on with this. Fix your game. Fix your game. Fix your game and release it. And if you have to come out later and correct some stuff and bring it out, you can release a game without everything in it. You can do that. It's done all the time. All the time. This is a really good game. The gameplay is great. The player versus player is great. The cards are fun. The graphics are cool. It's a great game. You've got events that you can fix really easily and put them out there so they have value. You've got a lot of things that are really good about this game. Put it out and let everybody play it. And by the way, that's a really great way to support the channel. If Nooch is going to start putting these links for Lego minifigures and Lego sets in every video, if you click on those links and then you're using Amazon in the next 24 hours, you're supporting Nooch's channel. So Nooch should appreciate that. Yeah, I'll say it again. The enemy of progress is perfection. Trying to get everything perfect before you progress forward is impossible, because as soon as you progress forward, you're going to find something that's off. For example, these events. Somebody somewhere got a bug in their rear that they could charge a bunch of crystals for events and just completely destroy the rewards. And that someone was wrong. You're just wrong. You're wrong about, if that is the way events work in the game, you're going to have a lot less players playing them. Yeah, right, Llama. So you got burned in the Phasma event. You had to pay 500 crystals, and when you get through the whole thing, if you get through it clean, you paid 500 crystals for 1 Phasma card. Hey, marketers and developers, just put a Phasma card in the shop for 500. People will buy it straight up and let us play the event for free. And make like a second tier where we pay another 300, and then if we get through it, if we get through both tiers with only 3 losses or less, then we get make us earn it a little more. We are willing to earn it more if we can do that. But don't make us pay more up front when we don't even know what's ahead. Nooch has lost. Nooch has had to refresh these things twice on these streams. You've seen it. Yeah, well, Llama, so you got, the long queue time for these events is because the entry fee is so big, and they've excluded, like, whatever, a third of the people playing right now, because probably a third of the people are under 2,000 trophies and don't have a lot of crystals, haven't been playing long enough to gather crystals, are looking at it and saying, I've only got 600 crystals, I'm not going to spend more than half of them on this event that I might lose and have to pay another 100 for. You're excluding giant parts of your community by charging these crystals. That's part of it too. Here we go, we finally got one. All right, so here we go. Let's pull up this scan. Okay, so we got the scan there. Okay, now what we're gonna do first, we're gonna bring our bronze up here, and let's move it over. Okay. We might have to do it. Might have to move it over Mando here. Okay. Okay. So for our bronze scan that we open, we get them all. We get them all day, every day. We had. It's too far away. You can't see it. I'm gonna pull it over here. Hang on. Okay. So we boosted it. Come on, thing. We boosted it, and we were gonna get. Still can't see it. 775 studs, and in this scan we're getting a holocron. We're getting less than that. That's 400. That's 560. Okay. We were getting 9 shards or 7 stormtroopers, 8 turbo lasers, 6 battle droids, and 7 stormtroopers. We're getting 3 tauntauns and 6 porgs. That's a similar value, and 16 crystals. Okay, so this looks. The totals of this are about the same as a bronze scan. How about we can say that? Is that fair? We can say that the totals of that, and that'll be the last we'll look at that, about the same as a bronze scan. But let's look at the first holocron from 3 weeks ago. We got 15 crystals. That's the same. 527 studs and 1 pull, which is basically the same as 2 pulls here. And we got 23. We had 42 battle droids. Notice in this, that is a rare card. We got 42 rare cards. We're getting 3 tauntauns. Let's just take one of them. 20 versus 3. We got 20 rare cards in 1 pull versus 3 rare cards. By the way, we got 20 rare cards. We're only getting 6 common cards now, those 3 porgs. The value, and we also got 2 epic cards. The value of this has been destroyed. Developers have destroyed, and I blame the developer. You almost never, everybody always blames the developers. It's almost always the marketing department, or some finance guy up top. Somebody's carrying their, anyway. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's not even half the value. It's probably 10 to 15% of the overall value in the same scan, that first holocron scan of the event. Let's collect the scan. This is the second scan of this event. So let's pull up the second scan from Holocron Hole from 2 weeks ago. And let's take a look. My goodness, we got 1,047. This is just too small for NOOCH. What is the deal? Okay, we got 1,047 studs, which we have no studs here. We got, oh my gosh, you guys. 79 common stormtroopers. 79 cards of stormtroopers in the second scan. Remember, in the first scan, we got a common card. We don't have any here. First scan, we got a common card, and we had 6. That's not even 10%. We have 2 epics here. We have 3 rares. So we have 4 rares in our current one. 2, 3, 3, 3. And how many rares do we have of that tauntaun? No, we had 20. Look at that. In the first scan last week, we had 23 and 19 rares. Now we get 3, 3, 3, 2. Come on, guys. This is ludicrous. This is the value that they have stripped from these scans. And so you're charging me 3.5 times as much to play these things now. And you've stripped 90% of the value out of them. The price is up 350%. And the value's down 90%. Or more. I mean, that's like socialism, man. I mean, what? You're releasing this game to capitalist countries, right? You realize that? There's no government mandate for people to buy this game and play the events. We're not forced to do it. You're in a free market economy where people understand value and how that works. Just FYI, marketing department. It's a free market. People are going to see that and walk away. Come on. I mean, NOOCH gets it. Maybe there was too much value in those old ones, but don't just blow the whole thing up like it wasn't even a thing before. Okay, let's collect the scan. Let's pull up the third holo from 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago we got, okay, there's an exact 1-for-1. We got 42 common cards of Stormtroopers, and this one we get 6. That's 1/7. We got 1/7 of the common cards. We also got 32 of the towers, 10 rare cards, and now we get 2 rare cards. That's 1/5. Then we actually, that was the tower. Actually, we got 25 rare Cassians. That's less than 10%. You only get 2 now. I guess we can, I mean, you guys get it. I don't need to keep comparing this. The comparisons are just gross. I just launched those dual balls into the wall. Okay, there we go, guys. It wraps up the event, wraps up all the in from 1:44 p.m. on my phone. Makes you look, hey, there you go, buddy. Glad to hear it. Nooch is happy to look younger. I don't know. I have to listen to that, Scar. Hey, guys, thanks for coming on board. Hopefully our developers are going to watch this or watch the summary that Nooch puts out tomorrow to help them understand what they need to change about the game. But in the meantime, you should always remember, Nooch too good.